Congratulations and
Thank
welcome.
you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Before we get started, be honest, how nervous were you when the Niners were down 17 in the third quarter? What was running through your head?
Really nervous. My Oura ring alerted me to my stress level, to be honest with you. I had to spend time consoling. I have 3 daughters. I was spending time consoling 2 of them who were in tears about what was about to happen. But it was a great second half, and we're lucky to come out on top.
And they kept their faith, so it all worked out in the end. If sport franchises are brands, and the 49ers are one of the most storied brands around, a brand's value, of course, is tied in large part to the value of its followers, its fans. So I'd like to get from you some sense of the numbers on the size, the depth, the reach of your fan base, the faithful, that sponsors like Levi's, which recently renewed its stadium renewal rights, naming rights, are paying for access to. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Certainly, and I think the world it continues to shrink every single day. And so when I got to the team in 2010, I think we weren't in Levi's Stadium yet, but the reality is most of us in the sports world, call it 15 years ago, thought about only the 10 games we put on. And the reality is that's only 700,000 fans. Our global fan base is 15 million people plus. And now with the NFL and what they let you do in international markets where they give teams the rights to be able to sell sponsorships in those markets, whether it be for us, the UK and Mexico, and frankly, Levi's provides us a platform, Levi's Stadium that is, provides us a platform we didn't have in Candlestick Park, where we've done over 155 events in the first 10 years there. We've done $2 billion in economic impact, 12,000 jobs. And so I think the world really shrunk quite a bit, coupled with the fact that sports media post-COVID has certainly skyrocketed. We thought it might have been a COVID bounce. It's just here to stay. Live sports and entertainment is really what people are consuming on a daily basis, and the 49ers are thankfully at the forefront of that.
How much does the Super Bowl appearance change that, or elevate that, I should say?
Dramatically, yeah. And there's no question. I mean, I could put certain metrics to it. You've seen it already. I know on the Chiefs side, they've seen the Taylor Swift media phenomenon, around $300 million plus in earned media since she's really been part of that team.
Are you jealous of that? I'm not. Are you going to your players and saying, "Where's your Taylor Swift"?
Listen, we have.
Brock Purdy, he's a handsome guy.
We got great storylines on our side of the ledger. You're right. Brock's a great storyline. McCaffrey's a great storyline. But I think, to me, this game is certainly about the two teams. Yeah. But I think it's a little bit about where the NFL sits today in the broader sort of ecosystem around sports, entertainment, pop culture. Yeah. All of those things converge, and it just so happens to converge in Las Vegas.
Well, that's a big deal, and I bring it up sort of tongue-in-cheek, but I mean, it's a big deal. As you know, a lot of people watch the Super Bowl who have no interest in football during the regular season, and it brings a lot of people in and exposes a lot of people to the team and the players and the whole brand in a way that you just can't get unless you're really on that big stage.
No, you can't. And in discussions with Levi's, and you mentioned in the lead-in that we were able to, it's unprecedented. We signed a 20-year deal with Levi's when we opened up the stadium. We still had 10 years left on that deal, and they extended for another 10, so taking it to a total of 30 years. So they're our naming rights partner through 2043 at an increased value. So, that doesn't necessarily happen in aging stadiums, but for us it happened because of the popularity of our sport, the popularity of our team, frankly, the venue itself, and now our geographic footprint, which has really changed because the reality was we were only able to sell what we call rights and marks, or the Oval, in our case, the 49ers Oval, within a 75-mile radius of our building. Now we can sell that to whoever. So the exclusivity of a partnership is both in the Bay, but in the globe as well.
We mentioned Taylor Swift. I have to go back to that for a moment because we talked about the $330 million added value that she offers the Chiefs. How did the 49ers capitalize on that? Or is it too messy given all the conspiracy theories out there? The NFL's rigged, the Super Bowl's rigged, all of that.
I think the NFL, as a culmination, we all benefit from, frankly, Taylor or the next storyline because it increases our media value, it increases the general fan, as you mentioned, that might follow the game. And the reality is we benefit because those people are tuning in. If they're a casual fan, they're tuning in around the storylines. They might be tuning around Usher at the halftime. And what we hope is that at the end of that, by playing in these marquee events, if you think about what happened with the San Francisco 49ers in the late 80s and early 90s and how they became America's team because of 5 Super Bowls and Joe Montana, well, that is our moment. And we have 2 weeks really now to seize on that moment. And look, it would certainly help if we're standing there holding our 6th Lombardi trophy. Yeah. But it's great for us that Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes are in the same sentence. It's great that the San Francisco 49ers are in the same sentence with Taylor Swift. Like, these are good things for our brand, and we're going to lean into them as much as humanly possible.
So Al, what's the next 2 weeks going to look like for you and the organization? What do you have to get done?
We got so much to get done. I mean, it starts off with getting our team there and making sure logistically we're all set and ready, because when you're not participating in the Super Bowl, it's about everything else outside the game. When you're participating in the Super Bowl, it's about making sure that the players are ready, that their families are ready to play on Sunday, because that is our lone main goal, is to go out there and win our 6th Lombardi trophy. So we're literally, I missed an all-staff meeting today to talk about all of our staff, all their families, the 6 different large planes that we're going to take there to bring every single one of our partners to Las Vegas, and the logistics behind that. But it takes an army to put these events on. Thousands of people are going to be working on our behalf, volunteers from, frankly, all over the Bay to do so, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, I need to get your prediction for what the score will be at the end of the Super Bowl. Come on, what is it?
I don't want to predict. I think it's really fascinating. George Kittle has this very popular clip in 2019 where he's standing on the sideline at the end of that game after losing to the Kansas City Chiefs and says, "I'll be back here, and I'll be back here with a vengeance." We're going to win a Super Bowl. I personally don't care what the score is at the end, as long as the 49ers are on top. Let's hope that's the case.